Well. Look who's back. It's the Brewery Gang, and we're here for the millions and millions of viewers across the world. Just want to say a shout out. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's hard for us because at our hearts we're just brewers, but you make us feel like stars. So we're all really excited to be here, and we're really happy that you decided to join us. Especially, I saw there in the comments our boy Dave. Thanks so much, Dave. Thanks for the shout out on Untapped. I saw that. By the way. And yeah, let's let's kick this off. It's been a minute. So I think what we're gonna do here is just remind everybody who everyone is, right? So I think the reason we do these is because as we've built these memberships over the years, we now have members all over the world, probably all over the country, but I'm going to say all over the world, all over the world. And so this is a way for us just to connect with our members that we don't get to see all the time, because some of you, like Miss Rachel Wise, come to the tasting room all the time and grab hamburgers like on Friday when they'll be here. Come to the tasting room. Anyways, enough of that. Enough of me blabbing. Let's go around the horn. Let's start with the one and only. Introduce yourself. Who are you? What's going on? Say hi. Let's do it.
I get to go first? Me? Wow, what an honor. Wow, what a way to start the show. My name is Megan, and I am the warehouse driver for the brewery. It's nice to see everyone again. That's who I am.
Well, that's awesome. Why don't
So
you tell
much
us
more.
Yeah, well, you know what? I like that. Short and simple. Let's keep moving.
Exactly.
And let's go over. I can't do it. Micah, introduce. Who are you?
I was about to say, if you can put your hand across Keith's screen, I'm going to be a little concerned.
I would
Hey, everybody. I'm Micah. I'm the production supervisor at the Brewery Teru. Yep, that's what I do.
Oh, wow. Everyone's like, we're trying to keep this an hour today. I can tell. All right. Let's hear it. Next up. Let's go.
All right, I'm Shreyas. I'm a brewer here at the brewery, and as of 2 months ago, I'm back working at True with Micah, making some beers.
My name's Keith. I'm the production manager for special projects, it's the barrel sellers and R&D. Yeah. And who's the guy to my left? Is that left? Yeah, that'd be left.
That's Shreyas.
No, you.
I don't matter. I'm just here to facilitate things, and that's what I'm going to do. So let's talk to the people that do matter, the guys who make the beer, and the woman who gets it to everywhere it needs to be. So first things first, thanks everybody again. If you have questions, that's really what this is for. Answer the questions. Yes. That's what we want to do. So toss them in those comments wherever you are, on your phone, on your computer. Throw them in the comments. We'll pull them up. We'll answer questions. We're going to walk through some beers, but we're going to keep it pretty short because we want to get to questions. Like, that's the heart of this thing. That's where the meat, where the juice is. So I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping just because I got to keep you guys up to date on everything that's going on in the world. Well, not the world, but here at the brewery. I don't want to get into what's going on in the world. Let's talk about the brewery. So big news, I think 2 years ago, we tried to throw this massive anniversary party, huge celebration, flying our friends in from all around the world. This little thing called the pandemic hit, and it's the least of the bad things that happened, but the party was also canceled. But we're really excited to be able to say that it is coming back. And this year, we're going massive. So on 3/1, tickets will become available to hoarders. The following day, Reserve Society. The day after that, Preservation Society. So mark your calendars. That's when your tickets will go on sale. The actual event, we decided to push it out a little bit just to kind of play it safe. So it's not going to be in May as it usually is. It's going to be in August. August 13th is the day of the Invitational Festival. We're going to throw a couple of things around the event this year too. So there'll be some packages available, if you will. So you can buy your single ticket to the anniversary party. You can buy a 2-day pass. Yeah, we got 2-day passes now. That's incredible, right? So the 2-day pass includes a hangover brunch at Teru. We're gonna have Chef Chris Soren come in. He's gonna make some fried chicken and waffles. Keith's gonna make some maple syrup beers and some coffee beers. He just found this out right now.
Doing it live.
Yeah, and it's going to be incredible. And then Friday, where I think this one's probably going to become a Hoarders exclusive. Although if you guys don't buy it out, we'll move it on to the next group. But Friday we'll be doing 50-person meet and greet. So there's only 50 of these 3-day passes available. Meet and greets on Friday in the barrel room here at the brewery. And that's where, we'll bring in all of our friends. So you'll get to meet some of the brewers from around the world. You'll get to meet some of the breweries from around the country. We're going to be doing small bottle pours, have some cool foods, and it's really just a small, intimate event. So only 50 of those tickets available. So like I said, put the date on your calendar, set your watch, get ready. It's going to be awesome. We have a few artists, I can hint at a few of the guests that have said yes so far, although this list will be complete by the time the tickets go on sale, or at least close to it. But some of the fun names, a guy you've seen here on this happy hour before, Derek from Monksa is going to come out. We're going to have Joe from Pint House out. I'm trying to just go off the dome, but I'm kind of losing it. Yeah, lots of cool breweries is the main point of my ramble. Anyways, let's now that you know that, let's get on to some beers. So first thing we're going to talk about is Shreyas' favorite beer this month. He won't shut up about it. Every time I go into the brew house, he's like, "Man, have you tried Ruekeller Dunkel?" And I'm like, "No, man, I don't like Dunkels. I drink IPAs." And he says, "Well, you're missing out." So that's where we're going to go. Let's talk about it. Shreyas, you want to open up with the things you like about Ruekeller Dunkel?
Absolutely, and I still stand by it. You're missing out on this beer. It is absolutely amazing. It's one of the first beers that we came out with when I just started working for the brewery last year, and it's still one of my favorites, and I was super stoked to be brewing it this year. And it is just incredible. We do so many things right with this beer, and we still Kreuzen all our lagers, this included. It's super clean. It's just everything I would want from a Dunkel, and done in the best way possible. All German malts, hell of a yeast. And you just get all the right notes from this beer. Just that slight hint of carameliness, a slight nuttiness, almost super malty, still super clean and super lagery. And I just love this beer.
So you mentioned the Kreuzening. So I think can you kind of explain that to people that might not know what Kreuzening is?
Yeah, so that's basically how they used to do lagers way back in the day in Germany, where you add a portion of actively fermenting wort to your main batch of beer that's almost done fermenting. And what that does is it just really helps clean everything up, and it restarts fermentation, and everything left in that tank that's fermentable is just cleaned up by that fresh wort and fresh yeast that's added to it.
So that was a really great description, and you sold me on the beer. I'm gonna go grab one after this. But what I really want to know is what the hell Micah and his wife are gonna make to pair with this, because I don't know if you follow this guy on Instagram, but they got some food going on, and he's got the pairings. So Micah, what are you gonna have for dinner with a glass of Dunkel?
So the awesome thing about Dunkel is because, like Shrey said, it's got that really fresh, fresh kind of malty lager, a little bit of roasty taste to it. So honestly, there's a couple ways that I'm going to probably try and swing this. And I'm thinking one, a really rich, coffee cake, where you actually put a little more espresso powder on it than you normally would, just to make sure that you really get that really nice coffee flavor with it. It's probably the way to go. Or for me personally, I would say if I could actually convince her to put the time into it, maybe a German chocolate cake, just that nuttiness with the little shaved coconut, but just dark chocolate. Great pairing because this is going to be crisp, and that's going to be sweet. It's going to balance it all out. So we'll see. Well, we'll vote for German chocolate cake, everyone.
Cake for dinner is bold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who said you can't have cake for dinner? I'm an adult.
We're all grown-ups here. Yeah, we're all grown-ups. What more is there to say? It's a great lager. It goes well with lots of foods. You can grab a 4-pack at the tasting room, and you can have it on draft. You can actually, it's a little lower ABV than things people know us for, so you might have a couple of them. You should do that. It's going to be a nice weekend.
Hammer that out with a hamburger.
Oh, that's right. This Friday, the kings of the flat patties, the smashers of the burgers, Kevin Hammonds and Hammerburger are going to be at the brewery. So, come by, grab a Dunkel, and have a flatty patty. Smash
No, I'll
burger.
be.
Sorry, I always get those wrong. Yeah, it's same concept. But all right, next beer. Let's keep moving. We got to keep this to an hour. Shreyas has things to do. His cat was telling us earlier that they've got plans tonight. So we're gonna keep this thing going. I say, and we don't have to listen to me, but I'm thinking that we talk about hoptical density, because that is a really fun package, and that was a really fun beer, and there's a really great story. And well, look who has a can right in front of them, man! Oh my goodness! I think that you should tell us your favorite things about this beer while we get started.
I think real quick before that, I'd just like to talk about Shreyas for a little bit. So Shreyas came to the brewery after spending some time in the hop field, working in the hop field. So Shreyas is the perfect person to talk about this. And if you have any questions about growing hops, definitely hit him up.
And don't forget, this is all about answering questions. So we're just kind of talking here because that's what we like to do outside of making beer. But if you have questions, we'd love to answer them. So there's a little, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, just throw them in the comments and we'll answer them. We'll pull them up on screen. That being said, Megan, can you tell us what you like about this beer?
This is a juice bomb, you guys. You right away, just on the nose, it's so tropical and citrusy. You're just hit with all of that. It's so good. I cannot wait until it warms up a little bit. I can just crush some of these by the pool in the sun. It's a really nice, pleasant, just tropical hop bomb.
Sounds awesome. I think that you nailed it with that, but I would love to hear, Keith gave him a great handoff. Shreyas, can you tell us a little bit about the hops? What's going on with this beer?
Oh, I love the hops we use in this beer. It's quite a different profile from what we usually go for with offshoots. But yeah, we used, at least on the hop side, we used Galaxy. I believe there's some cashmere in this, and it's just super tropical hops. Like on the nose straight away, I get a lot of melon. And yeah, I think we just used all the right hops, and we used them in the right way, how they were meant to be used, and to create something exactly like this. And yeah, I think for what we were going for, this is a brilliant product. And can we also take a minute to talk about the can? Because I absolutely love this can.
So cute.
It really is an incredible can. So there's a good story behind it too. So first of all, sometimes on the offshoot labels we outsource. We did use a very talented artist, local artist named Adara. She did the can. Our very own Kelly sort of directed the art direction for this. But the story behind the can is really fun. So at our anniversary party last year, you should come to this one because this is what happened last year. Somebody bid on the right to help us design a can. And so two members, Stephanie and Michael, I believe, were their names. I apologize if I am misremembering, but I'm pretty sure it was Stephanie and Michael. So they're two scientists that I believe they deal with optical density. So it was like a very easy move to call it optical density. That's their cat. I don't remember the cat's name. I think it might be Linus. And it was just fun to get to work with members and let them create a vision in their heads and put it on a can. So if you ever want to make your own can, step 1, come to the anniversary party. Step 2, put a bid on the right to design a can. And then step 3 is maybe bribe Kelly so she picks your bid as the winner. I'm kidding. I don't stand behind that. I'm just joking. But maybe it could work. Okay.
We can definitely confirm that Linus is their cat's name, because Linus is actually the name on the jacket.
Oh my God!
That's
Look at
so
that
cute.
Easter egg!
So I know that's one of Kelly's favorite things about this can is the little Easter egg that the cat's name is Linus on the lab coat. So it's just a fun little
incredible. Okay, well, I'm gonna kind of create an open forum. Anything that anybody wants to say about optical density?
Yeah, the
before
cat's
we
name
move
is not
on?
FedEx.
It's not FedEx. What's your cat's name, Shreyas?
Felix.
Felix. There we go.
Not
Okay.
FedEx.
Not FedEx.
He is way too slow to be called FedEx.
Yeah, the problem is Keith laughs so loud that he's damaged his own ears over the years, so he couldn't really hear what Shreyas was saying when he said
What?
Felix the cat. Okay. Dunkel.
I think just real quick too on the hoptical, like I think this is what a bag of hops smell like when you open it. Like,
Pretty
it's
much.
pretty impressive. Like, it's really good.
So we actually have a question for Shreyas. What is your cat's favorite beer?
Okay, he doesn't drink beer, but I will say this: every time I open a can of Retreat, he comes running from no matter where he is in the house. He's gonna come running and sniff the can right away. And I don't know what it is about Retreat specifically, but I kid you not, it's Retreat is definitely his favorite beer.
We're gonna have to see this someday. Next happy hour. I want you to open a can, and I want to see him run in front of the screen.
Absolutely.
Me too.
All right, it's happening. Okay, let's keep moving. Next up, let's talk about, I guess, Coast. Should we talk about Coast? So Coast is a new addition to our core offshoot line. Coast is a hazy pale ale, and what is that, you ask? It's a pale ale that is hazy. And so, what does that mean? I say that we turn it over to Keith to tell us what a hazy pale ale is.
Sure. So like when we have Relax, all the brewers are drinking Relax after work, and we were all enjoying it thoroughly. But it's quite honestly a pretty high ABV beer for a session beer. So something we wanted to do is come up with like a hazy pale ale. So we did that here with Coast. Lower the ABV. Mouthfeel is still there. It's Dave's go-to. Oh, look, it's Dave's go-to. So
Thanks,
it's
Dave.
really nice, nicely hopped. Yeah, thanks, Dave. I'm really excited about that, to hear that too. Like, seriously, I like Dave a lot. Cool. But yeah, so I mean, we dry hopped that with Citra, Mosaic, Strata, and Cashmere, I believe. Those hops play really well together. It's really nice, easy drinking beer.
Yeah, so to answer Dave's question, it's actually a typo. We just fucked up the ABV, so it's not that. I'm kidding. I am kidding.
Yeah, so I mean that's more of
if
like
TTV's watching. I'm kidding. It's actually that ABV.
So honestly, like there's a lot of things you can do to get a lot of flavor in lower ABV beers, and a lot of that has to do with mash temps and mash temps. So it's I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's not that hard. So
What was your mash temp?
that's proprietary.
That's a good answer.
I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's a good answer.
You can ask me. I can't remember that.
It's like I don't got a recipe.
Chris might actually remember. I don't know.
I'm fairly certain it was 156. I might be wrong, but it was definitely above like 154. So I'm pretty sure it was 156.
So that's C. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect mash temp.
It was a solid mash temp.
For what we were going for, yes.
So here we have a question from Joe Pearl. For those of us that don't live anywhere near California and can't get fresh offshoot beer. So first of all, you can get pretty fresh offshoot beer outside of California. You can actually hold on. Kelly pre-designed a thing for this. Find our beers near you at thebrewery.com site. So you can find this beer near you, but let's bring it back up. So Joe Pearl says, for those of us that don't live anywhere near California, can't get fresh offshoot beer, what is the ABV of Coast? Florida Total Wine. Oh, sorry. I'm reading like off screen. That was not related to this. What is the ABV of Coast?
5.2.
5.2.
Yeah.
Boom. Nailed it. 5.2. Thank you for the question, Joe. Joe also says Florida Total Wine. I don't know if he's telling us that he can find it there or that he wants to find it there, but it's possible that it could be there. So what you should do, if you really want to find it, is you should go to www.thebrewery.com/find, enter your zip code, and find it near us. And he says, okay, so sometimes you can find it at Total Wine. That's awesome.
We'll let our guy know.
Jeff
we have a guy
Basham says,
let him know.
I'm not going to pull that one up, but he says, I have a membership question. What is the included tab about? So the included tab is supposed to show you what is included that month. There is a bug currently, I believe, but I'm gonna yell at Connor on Monday or Tuesday. We're off on Monday. I'm gonna yell at him on Tuesday, and we're gonna get it fixed. So it's gonna be fixed, but it should show you what's included. However, if you just click on your seller tab every month, whatever is actually included will be in there, and then you can just add it to cart, check out, and it should be at zero charge for the beer. But shipping is where you would pay for that beer to get delivered to you. However, you can always pick it up from one of our 2 locations for free. I think I nailed that one. It has, oh, yeah, we're not giving that one to you. Good try. Yeah, it's a bug. It's a bug. However, this beer wasn't really on our list, but, Petite Mardi is currently available for members in their allocations. And this is, an iteration, if you will, of Portified. So, Portified is like an old world inspired dessert wine. Petite Mardi is more of a California New World inspired dessert wine. So really, I think I said punchy earlier, and Keith usually never agrees with me, but he was like, yeah, it's really punchy. And I was like, cool. I don't even know what that means, but I just kind of was looking for descriptors.
Well, I agree with you when you're right.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Just
Oh, wait, you got me. Now I get it. But yeah, so thank you. You're welcome for the explanation, Jeff. I'm seeing that in the comments. We got another question from Rich saying, did I see Abuelita Specialist coming out again, or did I imagine that? So what you saw was that we're doing a new version of that beer, so we're picking it out. That was one of the favorites from fans in the Donut Box last year. So I believe it's called Abuelita's Especial Super, and that's coming out in June or July. So that is coming out.
yeah.
Again, inspired by the donut from our homies our friends. I hate the word homies. I don't know why I said that. I was feeling really craft beer right now. Inspired by our friends at Trejo's Donuts, who are the same people, believe it or not, that run Trejo's Tacos. Crazy. Yeah, nobody would have guessed. I believe this is specifically for Keith, but
It is. That's Benito. I don't know if it's
Go Rams.
Benito. Go Rams. I'll say it. Go Rams.
Go Rams. What a game. We're not going to talk about that because I don't think we're allowed to. Make no mentions of NFL. Oh, shit. I just said it. Let's keep going. We're really winging this one, huh?
Yeah. Nailing it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're nailing it. Okay, so we're going to move on to another beer. But before we do that, Megan has... This is actually really good for me because I'm out of beer, but she has like 5 minutes of strawberry trivia facts, just knowledge that she's going to drop on everybody. So I'm going to go get a beer, and Megan's going to talk about strawberries.
Probably not for 5 minutes, but I'll try my best.
I'll be fast. I
Okay.
promise. Yeah, I'll be back.
All right. Well, I got the floor, guys. So the strawberry, as we know it now, it was originally planted in France in 1750. It was a combination of 2 different kinds of strawberries. One was from Chile and one was from Eastern United States, Virginia area. They combined them, and now the modern garden strawberry is born. But strawberries have been a part of our history for a really long time. In the ancient Roman literature, strawberries have been noted to be to treat the effects of depression. So you could say they make you feel loved. That's why I imagine that chocolate-covered strawberries are really good at Valentine's Day, because just love, they make all those good feelings. Did you know that strawberries are 91% water, 8% carbs, and 1% protein? You wouldn't think something so delicious would have not that much fat, which I don't know, guess we can eat water and it's delicious. The
Topo
strawberry
Chico is fantastic. So yes, I agree. Water can be delicious.
Yeah, it's critical in beer, so I guess it's critical in strawberry as well. Did you know that 9 million tons of strawberries were produced in 2019? Can you believe that? That's a lot of strawberries.
And half of that probably went into the white chocolate strawberry.
That we're going to talk about? Was that a perfect segue? Are you sick of me sharing my strawberry facts, Shreyas? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just want to talk about how much strawberry we have in those beers. It was a great segue, though, unintentional.
Yeah, it was really good. I'll give you that, Shreyas.
Well, I mean, why don't you just take it from there, Shreyas? Tell us a little bit about it.
I just think those are such great iterations. Love Bites, we did last year as well, but I think this year is just so much more intense, and it's just we kind of managed to dial it in this year, and it's great. It's like drinking a chocolate-covered strawberry. And
So we're talking about Love Bites. Okay. We do have two different strawberry beers to talk about, right?
yeah, and I think both of these we managed to like have this similar concept in our minds, and we managed to execute it on like two pretty different styles of beer, but we still managed to do both of them so well. And
I just realized that one is a chocolate covered strawberry and one is a white chocolate covered. How did that just occur to me? What is happening here? That's amazing. So we got something for the the milk chocolate lovers, and we got something for the white chocolate lovers. That's amazing. I think that the strawberry process is pretty interesting, and how to put that. Oh wow, that's pretty.
Mm.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
I always wanted to do that. Why don't you tell us a little bit of? Yeah, look at that one. I mean, Micah,
That's a great looking stout.
give us some tasting notes on that. Take a sip. Tell us what kind of dessert you would make with that, but like integrated into the dessert. What are you going to do with that beer?
Ooh, honestly, I think for this is Love Bites. Obviously, I won't act like this is white chocolate strawberry. This is Love Bites. I think first and foremost that this beer, in order for a pairing, this beer should actually be made into either the cupcake that cupcake as the vessel, or it should be made into the frosting that's going onto the cupcake. So maybe like an actual fresh strawberries, like a cupcake with fresh strawberries, and then this is like the icing on the top. But yeah, I would say that the pairing here is to actually use the beer in the dessert and then drink the beer with the dessert at the same time.
Wow, that sounds decadent. That sounds doubly decadent because you're doing the first decadence with the dessert and the double decadence.
And since strawberries help with depression, then you would actually be like really, really super happy with both of them. So it's perfect.
We do not make any medical claims about this.
It was ancient Roman times. Everything like cured something.
Oh yeah, I thought we were still talking about the ancient Romans. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah. The ancient Romans were known for drinking fruit-infused pastry stouts. Definitely was a big thing. Yeah.
Definitely.
Keith's been kind of quiet today. I kind of want to hear his take on white chocolate strawberry. We just got the Love Bites chocolate strawberry concept. What's up with white chocolate strawberry?
So I think to talk about white chocolate strawberry, I will go very quickly back to like when I first started at the brewery, like white chocolate being my first impression of a barrel-aged beer, drinking it at the brewery in the tasting room right when I started. It was like the first barrel-aged beer that I got as a shift beer, and quite honestly blew me away. So I think this iteration here with strawberries is really well dialed in. Also, if anybody knows about strawberries, the thing they are pretty soft skinned. So they actually kind of oxidize pretty quick and get brown pretty quick. So that we're able to get the color from this is really nice. I think it's drinking fantastic. Really nice sweetness from strawberries. The vanilla notes are really nice. The toasted cacao is really nice. So it kind of gives that like cacao butterness. So yeah, drinking pretty good.
We have a former brewery employee in the comments, Mr. Damien. Not pulling this up. Dave wants us to. Come on, Dave. Yeah. So
mad because the Rams won.
He is mad. Yeah.
I was actually going to say he's mad because we have alcohol in our beer.
Oh, shout out Damo. Go Damo. Okay. Before we move on to the next beer, since we had Keith talking, I totally forgot to bring this up, but next Wednesday, 2/23 at Taru, we are doing basically we're calling it the sensory series, but essentially what we're doing is we're kind of trying to show you how we assess different ingredients that we use in beers. And so Keith and the innovation team have put together a really cool project where we're taking 5 different origin cacao nibs, using the same dosage to treat the same barrel-aged imperial stout, and then kind of playing out how that cacao impacts the beer in different ways, purely based on its origin, right? So, and this is all from our friends at Cho. They're sending us some chocolates. So Keith and the production team picked out some chocolates to pair with each beer too. You can grab tickets right now at thebrewery.com. Just go to shop. It's going to be pinned right to the top, I believe. If it's not, I got to have another talk with Connor on Monday.
Yeah, and if I don't see Dave Jankowski and Chris there, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah. So the Cho team's actually coming out for this one too. So they'll be there. They're going to talk about their chocolate. We're going to talk about the beer. You basically get a flight and you get 5 chocolate samples. We'll have some of the chocolates available to sell. There might be a little bit of the beer left too, so we'll crowler it off if you want to take some home and do your own pairing and kind of like brag to your friends about how you know all about how cacao impacts beer and do the pairings on your own. Yeah, so had to get that one out. But Keith, can you tell us a little bit about the project? I think it's actually pretty cool. You brought Cho into us, so well, at least this relationship for this project.
Yeah.
So fun stuff.
Yeah. So Cho, we've always dealt with Cho in some capacity, getting cacao nibs with them. But we kind of reached out to them to see like if they had anything special in the works, and they have a. I might be there. I might be there too, Dave. Yeah. But yeah, so we reach out to them and see if they would add anything like that they were working on, any interesting nibs that they were getting from different locations, and got with their head roaster, head chocolatier, and basically spoke with him about what we could do for a project. And he sent us some samples, and we actually sat around as a group. I think we have some photos of that. I'm sure we'll post them at some point, but we're doing like a sensory on the nibs themselves, which was very interesting. I don't know if you've ever done sensory on nibs. Nice. And yeah, so like it was interesting to like actually taste all these nibs and kind of do like a sensory panel on nibs, because we do that on beer all the time. Yeah, so actually we're doing a sensory on the beer on tomorrow, actually at 3. I mean, it's going to be internal only, obviously, but this would be
unless you want us to live stream it. If you want us to live stream it, put in the comments. Keep like, please don't do that.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. But yeah, so we're going to do sensory on that beer and kind of get like our notes on it. And yeah, and then Sam and I both. So Sam is our pilot brewer. Sam and I will both be there Wednesday to kind of talk about this project, talk about the beer, and talk about the nibs. So yeah.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. If I wasn't an employee at the brewery, then I would definitely go to this and buy a ticket, which you can do right now by going to www.thebrewery.com. I'm going to do this one off the dome /collections/the-brewery. Just go to the website and go to shop. You can find it. That's easier. Yeah.
2022.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Figure it out.
Oh, you know what? We have a search function. Just search for Cho. Search for the thing. Yeah, it's gonna be great. That was really awesome. Thanks so much, Keith, for sharing your knowledge and gracing us all with that eloquent piece on the Cho event. That being said, let's keep going. So we actually had a request to talk about a beer, which is called Melodramatic. I think this beer is pretty fun beer, and I think slightly inspired by the Black Tuesday treatment that Keith did called Coco Malo. So maybe again, let's head to Keith. You want to tell us a little bit about Melodramatic?
Yeah, so
I was trying to do that dramatically, just in case nobody got it.
That was well done.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, I mean that's exactly it. So it was based off the beer we did for Black Tuesday last year. So we kind of took that same treatment and applied that to a different base blend, but it's coconut, both toasted and just desiccated, just meaning like shredded. And then we use vegan marshmallows. A lot of people ask us a lot of time when we say vegan marshmallows, people ask us like, why do you use vegan marshmallows all the time? Quite honestly, the vegan marshmallows taste better and taste just as good, and they're easy to work with. And yeah, I mean, there's no reason to use marshmallows containing blue dye and all this other crap if we can use vegan marshmallows that are just really organic and clean. Yeah, and then we used vanilla on top of that and came out with a really nice melodramatic stout. But that one is definitely for Dave. We made that beer just for Dave. Everybody else is just lucky to have it.
Well, thank you, Dave, for letting us make that beer. We appreciate it, man. Okay, we have a few more beers to go through, and then I think we'll just go into kind of like an open forum session. If nobody has questions, I'm just going to put people in the hot seat and ask them random questions that come to my head as we go. Dave said he appreciates it, so cheers, Dave.
Love you, Dave.
Okay, so we talked about those. Whoa, I'm hearing myself in my feedback. Okay, so we're going to talk about bakery banana nut muffin. Another fun beer. I think first I want to hear from who wants to talk about this. I mean, I know Keith wants to talk about it, but Micah's got it in his hand. So open it up, Micah. Tell us what we got going on.
Crack it, Micah.
Let me reach over and grab another glass.
Ooh, I heard someone crack
Let's
it.
see.
I thought this beer really nailed the concept. That's all I'll say.
I agree.
But it
I think you pretty much summed it up right there. Then.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
Next.
banana nut muffin.
Next.
What else do you want from us?
So the bakery banana nut muffin, it is exactly just like you said, Daniel. It hits the concept. The aromatics on it are a little bit nutty. You get a nice like sweet banana, but you also get this like nice like kind of a roasty stout base to it. That as a beer in our bakery series. Obviously, that's what we would expect as the base of this, but it's really nice that the banana and like the nuttiness really balance each other pretty well, where one of them doesn't kind of take over the other, because both of those like flavors could very easily one of them be a little bit more dominant than the other, and so I think it's really nice the way that this comes off with a good balance.
Keith, you want to talk a little to the process, man?
Yeah. So when we were designing this beer, this is a little bit different from bakeries in the past, where this is just an imperial stout, not really any barrel age component to it. So what we're targeting is more of a dark roasted muffin, and I think if you've ever had like a banana nut muffin, banana definitely doesn't stand out as the main characteristic. It is more of that chocolatey and I'd say caramelized chocolate flavor. So that's what's prominent here. I think it's an odd thing to say, but I think it really helps if you drink this. The first reaction is kind of different from like the second and third and fourth sip. I think that's the same thing with a banana nut muffin, believe it or not. Like your first bite of a banana nut muffin is probably not the best. I think the second and third one is. So I think an odd thing too, but I really enjoy is after I've finished a pint of this beer, you can kind of actually get your nose into the glass and smell it, and it actually smells like a banana nut muffin. So so we kind of try to create more of a banana nut muffin and not necessarily a banana beer.
Cool.
I'd like to see what Chris thinks.
Chris,
are you out there, Chris?
Are you out there in the ether, Chris? All right, let's keep going. I mean, I guess we've gone through quite a bit of beers. We have about 15 minutes left. I think what we want to do. Oh, so Dave says you've never had.
You got me there, Dave.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I think what we want to do is move on to questions. So if you have beers you want to talk about, and if you have any questions, it doesn't have to be about the beer. You could ask Shreyas what like his favorite bop this year is. Like, what does he jam into when he's cruising down PCH in his convertible? Like, that's actually a question I have.
I want to know. Yeah.
If anyone has been at work while I'm in the brew house, they know I'm always listening to Taylor Swift as loud as I can.
Oh, dude, I'm on board with that. I love it. Tangential Tangerine. Dave Jankowski is asking about. I think he wants us to talk about it. I think it's kind
does
of.
He want me to say the name, or does he want me to talk about it?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. He's kind of just putting it out there, but maybe.
Yeah. So this is so Tangential Tangerine is actually a pilot for a beer that's going to be released later this year. So I'll just say it. Fuck it. Like we had a collab scheduled to do this beer, and with the pretty good friends, and and then COVID kind of had another spike, and that kind of put it on the back burner to do this collab. So we wound up making it anyway, doing a pilot of it and releasing this. So yeah, it's a ton of tangerine juice and vanilla, and I think Dave is saying he likes it. Not sure with those comments, but I like it too. Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Stone fruit it's excellent. One of my favorites offshoot is done with fruit. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate it. Okay, keep the questions coming, or we're just gonna call it a night and tell everybody to drink some beer. I'll give them a few minutes to throw them out there. I have a question. What's your current jams, Megan? What are you listening to? We know that Shreyas is listening to Taylor Swift. What's going on in the Bruiser? Like, what's bumping when that thing?
It always depends on my mood, but I'm always a fan of classic rock. Like, if it's a song that a dad likes, I do too. I mean, I'm a truck driver, so I'm like basically a dad, and so that's what I listen to is some dad rock.
I respect that. I made a shocked face because this guy's name is awesome. Baba Booey is famous. Melodramatic. Why always vegan marshmallow? Should we give him the real answer, or like?
No, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think I took it earlier, but I'll take it again.
Yeah, take it again, dude.
No worries. Maybe he just missed it. So the vegan marshmallow doesn't include any dyes or colors or any lactose or any kind of non-vegan friendly thing. So I think it actually tastes just as good, and quite honestly, it's very easy to work with and get those marshmallow flavors. I hope at one point you can actually go out and taste just the vegan marshmallows. We don't really have a capacity to just give people samples of vegan marshmallows, but it is just Chicago. Chicago, what are they called? Dandies, I think, is the brand name. I don't know if we can actually call that out, but I don't think Dandies is going to care. But yes, I mean, it's Dandies is the vegan marshmallows we use, and they're fantastic. So if you're looking for a good vegan marshmallow, Dandies has it, and there's no blue dyes.
So I've helped myself to more than a few samples.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
I like when they're dealing with marshmallows. Sometimes I get some.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard process. Anytime we open a box, you got to make sure that they taste good. So
It's quality control.
Just one or
It's
two
very
doesn't work.
important.
You got to have like a small handful. It's just standard quality.
Yeah.
Are you all like marshmallow? I don't like marshmallows. I think that Lucky Charms is probably the worst cereal that's ever been made.
Oh, whoa.
You're wrong, Daniel.
You just sound uncultured right now.
I'm wrong? Okay, I'm wrong. But like, Lucky Charms are terrible. I think that's a good question. Let's go around. Favorite cereal? Favorite breakfast cereal? Mine's easy. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I know, Bell always makes these Cinnamon Toast Crunch beers. Has nothing to do with that. I just like the cereal. It's good. Right? Let's go in a circle this way. So, Keith, cereal.
So my siblings hated me because I would always request it, but Raisin Bran. It's just I love Raisin Bran. Yeah, actually like the unsweetened Raisin Bran's like more the generic version. Like just love raisins and granola. It's really good.
Okay, so you're like a 75-year-old man at heart. All right,
Yeah,
next.
yeah, for sure.
Reyes, what you got going on?
You're gonna hate me for this, but I recently discovered that on Amazon you can buy a bulk pack of just the Lucky Charms marshmallows without.
Oh
my
my god.
That's what I've been doing
I
right
knew
now.
I loved you, Shreyas.
So gross. Micah, cereal.
Well, okay. Before we go to cereal, I just want to make sure I kind of throw this out there. Lucky Charms marshmallow bags, just so you know, also make a very, very, very good Lucky Charms Rice Krispie treat. Just saying. Just saying. It's coming up on March 17th soon, so it's a great baking thing. I'm not saying that simply because Jenna is standing over to my left. So I'm not saying that out loud for any selfish reasons. But yeah, those are amazing. So Lucky Charms Rice Krispie treats. But talking cereal and actually answering the question, I have two cereals. I love Cinnamon Life, and then I love I just love like Honey Nut Cheerios, and I get judged for it a lot because I actually put more honey on it. So like I put it in the bowl, and then I take honey and just like drizzle it over the top. And Jenna definitely judges me every time I do it, but I really like honey.
Megan, cereal.
Apple Jacks or Fruit Loops. I like that like artificial fruity flavor in a circle.
Damn, I forgot about Apple Jacks.
They're
That's
really
clever.
good, right? Yeah, and then that milk water that's left afterward.
Oh,
That was my
slaps.
next question. So here's the next one, and it's another hot take I have. But like that milk, like runoff, is disgusting. I dump that. It's so gross. Like, ugh. It's like I finish my cereal and there's too much milk. I'll either put more cereal in so I can eat the cereal, or I just straight into the drain. Like that. I remember I had like the bowl with the straw on it. Everybody remember? I never used it. I was like, "Why'd you buy me this, parents? This is disgusting." Every time. Dump it.
Under no circumstances are you supposed to put cereal in a bowl of milk. It's always cereal and then it comes off.
I agree.
Maybe that's why it didn't taste good.
Yeah.
No.
Doing it wrong.
I'm saying second cereal when you have the leftover milk.
Oh,
you
yeah,
put
yeah.
more cereal on it. That's the only way I'll eat that. But
Or
gotta top
third
it
or
up.
fourth if you ration it right.
Gotta top it up.
yeah, it could work. Yeah, I'll top it up, but I'm not going to drink that milk. That milk is just gross. We're going to get to some real questions. We have a few, I promise, but I feel like we're really onto something right now. So here's another big question we have. And this is one we've often debated here at the brewery, and it's the construction of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And so, my take is that it's absolutely unacceptable to put peanut butter and then jelly on top of it. Like, it just has to go on separate pieces of bread and then put together. It's uneatable. I can't eat it. If you put the peanut butter and I see you put the jelly on top of the peanut butter, I'm throwing it away. That's my take. I don't know. Is there a proper way to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
What if you blended the peanut butter and jelly to the proper ratios using a scale and then put it on the bread?
No, it's about the construction of it. It's the same thing as Shrey's milk comment. Like, it's just wrong.
Fair.
It's true. Ratios are the most important part. Like, you can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with the ratios thrown off. It just doesn't work.
It has to, no, Damo, you're wrong. It's 50-50 and it's got to be like a good crunchy, like nutty bread. So you get the like textures combined with all of the different flavors. That's how you do it. They're all wrong.
I agree. Everybody's wrong. So far, I have the only right takes on this.
Do you guys like to toast your bread on a PB&J?
No.
No, what's wrong with you? That's
Okay, I'll take that one. It's really good.
All right, here's my next one, and I always get it for this. Megan, this is a weird one, but mayonnaise is disgusting. I will not eat a sandwich with mayonnaise on it. It's just absolutely, I don't even like it when it's like mixed with, garlic and no, mayonnaise, no need for it. Give me some mustard.
Business.
That's all you need.
I don't know, man.
What's the mayonnaise situation? Yeah, Keith, you like
I
mayonnaise?
know, dude. You ever had Blue Plate mayonnaise? Never heard of it, huh? It's pretty good.
I don't even know what that is, but no, I don't want it.
Good man.
I'm good.
Not about
So
it.
crazy thing we used to do growing up, and I actually did not like it, but we used to do mayo, peanut butter, and banana sandwiches. That's
That is offensive.
Yeah, that was wild. I never liked it.
You might be able to answer this, Micah, but I was reading a recipe recently for a cake that used mayonnaise in it. It was like a chocolate cake with mayonnaise. And I didn't know how to feel about that. Looks like he's stuck.
I think he's disgusted.
He's broke. Plug him back in.
I actually agree with Joe though, but not knives. I actually have to have a knife for the peanut butter, and then it's a spoon for the jelly, and they're separate. Everything's totally separate until you put it together. Wow, this is getting good. Okay, so we'll talk about a beer, I guess. Where did it go? Chris Barling was asking us about. I don't even need to pull it up, but Toes in the Sand. Micah, what's going on with Toes in the Sand? What is that beer?
So Toes in the Sand is a cocktail inspired beer. It's a tequila cocktail with passion. Let me just hold on, check this real quick. Yep, it's passion fruit and lemon, and then our treatment of it, because typically it's also then that cocktail itself is also either made with tequila, rum, or a combination of the two, where you use like a tequila and like a coconut rum. So for this beer, what we did is we actually used a tequila barrel aged imperial stout, fresh coconut, toasted coconut, passion fruit, and lemon, so that we can kind of round all the flavors of that cocktail, like inspiration, into this beer, which was kind of, I mean, it's a lot to put in one beer, that's for sure. But I think the passion fruit and the coconut definitely stand on the forefront of it, which is really nice, and you kind of get a little hint of that, the tequila barrel that kind of comes through in that. But honestly, like, that's one of them that I definitely will probably get judged for. But that's a beer that I would pour over ice in a glass with an umbrella and a little piece of pineapple on the side. Like when I'm going to drink that, I'm going to drink it like a cocktail, like it's inspired by.
So you'll have your ass in the water and your toes in the sand, is what I'm hearing when you drink that beer. Yeah. So let's see. We got a few other questions. Tuna salad. I think he's referring to mayo. And still no. You just need a little bit of mustard.
Yeah, you're good,
maybe
Dan. You're good.
Maybe some relish, dude. You don't need mayo.
Both.
You're
Both.
good.
And then we had a real question. Not that these aren't real. These are great. I think this is good conversation. I mean, we're all having some fun. But I saw this somewhere. Here we go. New and first-time Reserve Society member here. Any chance we'll get to try the Vanilla Villain someday? You will not get to try the original Vanilla Villain. That is a Porter's exclusive. However, we are doing a version of Vanilla Villain this year that's a little bit different. I think we actually have more Origin vanilla beans in this year's version. So that will be available for purchase to new Reserve Society members and Hoarders members. Hoarders members, don't worry. You are getting a super vanilla villain. That's not the real name, but a DBA version of it is what I'm saying. So hold on to your butts.
I mean, speaking of vanilla villain, I mean, since we have the man here himself, I don't know if everyone knows this, but all of the vanilla beans that went into vanilla villain were actually hand processed by one brewer himself.
Well, I like to call myself I am the vanilla villain.
But when he says it in like that deep Batman voice, like from the Christian Bale Batmans.
All right, let's hear it, Tris.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, that was interesting. That was when I just joined, and it was, I guess, make the new guy chop all the vanilla beans kind of thing. But it was fun though, and it was honestly, like, yeah, it's what I did for the first few days while I was here, was just chop vanilla beans and put them in barrels. But it was also the first time I'd ever seen a barrel with beer in it, so that just made me really happy. And yeah,
can you kind of tell us like what goes into chopping those beans for vanilla villain? Like,
yeah. So the goal is to get the caviar out, which is basically like the nice meat inside the vanilla bean. So you have a vanilla bean and you just slit it like lengthwise, but not all the way, like just a slit. And then you use a knife to scrape the back of it, and that's how you get the caviar out. And it's almost like, I want to say gelatinous, and like just kind of, I don't know the right consistency for it. It's almost like dirt, but it smells really good. And we separate the caviar and the stalks, and we process them individually, and both of them actually made it into the barrels. And we aged, I believe it was 18 origins last year, something like that. And we had one barrel for each origin of vanilla, and in the end we blended all of those together to make vanilla villain. So
yeah, it was just a villainous amount of vanilla. Crazy.
I loved walking into the room when they were processing the vanilla last year, because I really thought that they had like a Febreze or something going like weird. I remember that was my first meeting of Shreyas, was him cutting up vanilla beans. And it's like, do you guys have Febreze happening here? No, it was just the like overwhelming scent of the vanilla beans. It was so cool.
Well, that was a very...
It's like when we toast coconut.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that too.
Yeah,
Incredible.
when we
Favorite
toast
days.
coconut, the entire brewery smells like coconut for like 2 days. It's just
Or
absolutely wonderful.
cucumbers too. The smell of cucumbers, wonderful.
I
I
love
love
toasted
cucumbers.
cucumbers. Yeah.
Toasted cucumbers with vanilla
Yeah.
and mayo.
You can smell it all the way from the alley.
All right. Well, I'm going to give everybody about a minute to get any last questions in. But I think we successfully kept this to an hour. I'd like to give everyone a round of applause for both being on the happy hour and joining us for the happy hour. So, cheers. This is where everyone claps. Come on. It's not weird. It's
Follow
good.
its instructions,
It's good.
guys.
This is actually a good idea. I love it. That vanilla coconut room tour should be on the tap list. $5 walkthrough. It'd have to be more. It's very exclusive because it's like one day. So I think we could do like $20. Let us know if you'd be willing, Dave. We'll do it. Just
Yeah, Dave. Just for you, Dave.
All right. Well, I think that we can call it a night. Thanks everyone for joining. This one got a little weird. We talked about sandwiches and oh, here we go. I like this. So Dave has a question. That's an applause. Joe commented.
Thank you, Joe.
But Dave says, can we get Keith to comment on potential Saints coaches? As an aside to this, what is that weird, like random Netflix movie with
Peyton.
with the cable, not the cable guy, the mall cop with Paul Bart playing? What is going on there? That's a weird movie.
I'm not sure. So I can't even comment yet. We're still in talks with some potential Saints coaches. Benito Soto that was on earlier is, we're in talks with the Rams organization and the Saints organization, but I can't really talk about that right now, Dave. Sorry.
Oh, wow. Well, I can make a comment as to the Raiders quarterback situation. I've read that we're gonna give Derek Carr $40 million to come back. Like, what is happening? I'm not watching. I'm over it. Yeah, not a good thing. Okay, well, if anybody has any last comments, we'll go around the horn. Keith, any comments on tonight?
No, I think it was really fun. I think we talked about some good stuff. I can't wait until we get back into doing events and doing doing this show event next week and doing the anniversary party and actually seeing a lot of people in the space. Like, that's always fun to actually get and engage with people that that enjoy our beer, and we can actually do this face to face and have some of these Mayo conversations in face.
It's really not a conversation. Mayo is an unnecessary invention. It's just
that's fine.
Absolutely absurd. I don't like it. Shreyas, any final comments that you'd like to add to the conversation?
I'm just looking forward to what beers we're going to talk about next month. Then I think we're going to outdo ourselves again, even though I don't think it's possible. But I've never thought that was possible anyway.
Does Felix have anything to say? If he wants some screen time, man, we got some screen time.
Let me go grab Felix, and I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll come back. Felix will do our closing statements. Micah, closing statements. What do you got?
The only thing I would say is just looking for the final vote on like a coffee cake versus a like a German chocolate cake for pairing with the Dunkel. So I'm going to need a little bit of votes on the German chocolate cake side. That's for sure.
Last but not least, star of the show, Megan. What you got for us?
Hi, Mom. I saw your comment. Thanks for saying I did a good job.
I knew
And
that
cheers.
was your mom. I pulled it up. Yeah, I knew it was your mom. Okay, well, cheers, everybody. Thanks so much. The final comment is in regards to Felix, Orange Boy.
Orange
Thanks to everyone for showing up. Coffee cake always is a vote right there. And have a good night. Sorry, Micah. Sucks to be you.